In a small African village called Nyambani, there lived a woman named Abena. Abena was known for her size. She was very fat and often called ugly by the villagers. They would laugh and whisper as she passed by, making her feel invisible and unwanted. Despite their cruelty, Abena had a warm heart and a kind spirit. She loved to help others, always offering food or comfort to those in need. Every day, she dreamed of a different life. She wished for someone to see her true self, someone who would love her for who she was inside. But in a village where beauty was valued above all else, Abena felt hopeless. She often spent her evenings alone, sitting by the river and watching the sun set, her heart heavy with sadness. One day, news spread through the village that a handsome prince named Kwame would be visiting. He was the son of the king and known for his bravery and charm. Every young woman in the village dreamed of winning his heart. Abena felt a mix of excitement and dread. Why would a prince ever look at me, she thought, feeling tears sting her eyes. As the day of the prince's arrival approached, the villagers prepared for a grand celebration. They adorned themselves in bright clothes and made special dishes to impress him. Abena, however, had no desire to attend. She felt out of place among the beautiful women and their laughter. Instead, she chose to stay home, preparing a simple meal for herself. But on the day of the celebration, Abena's kind heart led her to the village square. She saw women bustling about, and her heart ached with longing. Just as she turned to leave, she noticed a little girl crying nearby. The girl had lost her doll, and Abena felt compelled to help. She knelt down, gently asking the girl to tell her what happened. Together, they searched for the doll, and Abena's kindness drew a small crowd. They watched as she comforted the girl, her laughter echoing in the square. Among the crowd stood Prince Kwame, who had just arrived. He was captivated by Abena's warmth and compassion. For the first time, he saw beauty that went beyond appearances. As the celebration began, Kwame approached Abena. "You have a kind heart," he said, his eyes shining. Abena felt her cheeks flush. "Thank you, Your Highness," she stammered, surprised by his attention. They talked, and to her amazement, he treated her as an equal. They laughed and shared stories, and in that moment, the world around them faded away. But the villagers watched with disdain. "How can the prince talk to her?" they murmured. Abena felt embarrassed and tried to pull away, but Kwame held her hand. "You are special," he insisted, ignoring the laughter around them. "I see your true beauty." Abena's heart swelled, but doubt still lingered. How could a prince ever truly love her? Over the next few weeks, Prince Kwame returned to the village often. Each time, he sought out Abena, and their friendship blossomed. He admired her kindness and strength. Abena found herself falling for him, but she feared the inevitable gossip. What would the village say, she wondered. Yet, Kwame continued to stand by her side, challenging the villagers' views. One day, Kwame invited Abena to a grand feast at the palace. She was terrified. "What will everyone think?" she asked him. "They will see me as I am." But Kwame smiled. "I want you there, Abena. You belong with me." With a mix of excitement and fear, Abena agreed to go. At the feast, whispers filled the air as Abena entered. The room fell silent, and all eyes turned to her. She felt small and out of place. But then Kwame stood up and raised his glass. To Abena, he declared, "She is the most beautiful person in this room, for her heart shines brighter than any jewel." The crowd was stunned, and Abena felt tears fill her eyes. However, not everyone was pleased. A jealous noblewoman, angered by Kwame's affection for Abena, plotted to ruin her. She spread rumors about Abena, claiming she was cursed and would bring misfortune. Many villagers began to distance themselves from her, fearing the rumors might be true. Abena felt her heart breaking once more as isolation surrounded her. Feeling defeated, she went to the river where she often found solace. There, she cried, thinking she had lost everything again. But as the moon reflected on the water, she remembered Kwame's words. "You are special." With newfound strength, she decided she would not let others define her worth. That evening, she returned to the village square. Standing tall, she addressed the crowd. "I am Abena, and I am proud of who I am. I may not fit your idea of beauty, but I have a good heart. Love should not be judged by appearances." The villagers were silent, taken aback by her courage. Inspired by her bravery, Prince Kwame stepped forward. "Abena is right. True beauty lies in kindness and strength. I love her for who she is." The crowd murmured in surprise, but this time, many began to nod in agreement. Abena's honesty and confidence touched their hearts, challenging their prejudices. The jealous noblewoman, furious that her plan had failed, tried to stir the crowd against Abena. But Kwame stood firmly beside her. "Anyone who cannot see the beauty in love and kindness is blind," he declared. This act of solidarity shifted the atmosphere, and more villagers began to support Abena. Days turned into weeks, and gradually, the villagers changed their minds. They saw how Abena's kindness had always been there, shining through her struggles. Slowly, the laughter turned into acceptance, and Abena became a beloved figure in Nyambani. In time, Kwame asked Abena to marry him, and the village rejoiced. Their wedding was a beautiful celebration of love, where everyone came together to honor their unique bond. Abena had overcome her struggles, and the villagers learned valuable lessons about acceptance and love. As they stood hand in hand, Abena realized that beauty comes in many forms. She had found love where she least expected it, and together, she and Kwame would continue to show the world the power of kindness and courage. And so, in the heart of Nyambani, Abena became a symbol of true beauty, proving that love can conquer all, no matter the obstacles.